Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You are rolling with the Roche'z. I know it's been a while since we have posted a video, and there's some reasons for that, which I don't want this video to be a Debbie Downer, but I also feel like I want to be honest and transparent with all of our viewers and kind of bring everyone up to speed on why we haven't posted a video and sort of what's been going on. So, you know, we've all been affected by this COVID thing, some more than others, others less than others. But for us, 2020, we thought was, you know, a pretty rotten year. Little did we know 2021 would make 2020 look like a walk in the park. So let me back up a little bit and tell you kind of what the end of the year sort of brought for us. We were planning in November and December to apply, which we did, for a campground host position in California at the Julia Pfeiffer State Park in Big Sur, which we were very excited about. That process was an extremely detailed and lengthy process. It took the better part of 3 months to get through the process. We had to be fingerprinted, go through an FBI database, take driver courses, driving car courses, and just, wow, the state of California was, you'd have thought we were applying for the CIA, but we were offered a position in Big Sur, extremely excited, as you can imagine, right on the Pacific Coast Highway between Santa Barbara, Carmel, Monterey, gorgeous wine country. Anyway, as it turned out, some things came up, both with the state of California limiting their capacity of their state parks due to COVID, and then also our daughter's getting married in Milwaukee in August. So just logistically, when we turned the corner into January, it just didn't fit. And so we're hoping to go out there to Big Sur next year. Welcome to 2021. So, as you know, if you've been watching our channel, the love of our lives, our dog Sophie, who we basically humanized into a 3-year-old toddler, she passed away on Valentine's Day. It was extremely sudden, extremely unexpected. It happened within about 15 minutes, and she passed in our arms. It's been excruciating, to say the least. If you look back, or if you've watched our videos, you know that she was basically our child. She was with us 24/7. Look at you go swinging. You're a good girl. Boy. Oh, you're a good girl. Look at you swinging. Oh, Sophie, you got the light. We'd take her to the park, push her on the swing. She loved to go down the slides. She was really human-like, and I think part of that is why the grieving process has been so difficult for us. She was our third wheel, you know. It was the three of us. We went golfing together. We took her hiking. We took her camping. We spooned with her in bed, for gosh sakes. Anyway, that was devastating, as you might imagine, and it really hit us hard. It still is. You know, this is almost June, and there's moments where both Vicki and I are just overwhelmed with grief and sadness, and can't believe that we'll never see her again.
Hi, good girl. You got your bolly and your daddy, and you're swinging in the poke.
So that happened, and then after that I decided that I really had to get away from our home and the triggers of Sophie everywhere. I couldn't even really go for a walk because it was too emotionally difficult. I'd turn around and look for her and she wasn't there. Anyway, we applied for a volunteer camp host position at the Cradle of Forestry, which is in the Pisgah National Forest in the mountains of North Carolina between Waynesville and Brevard, and it is beautiful. We are 4 miles down from the Blue Ridge Parkway, and if we drive up to the parkway and turn right, we're 30 miles to Asheville, and if we turn left, we're 57 miles to the Great Smoky Mountains. So it is spectacular here. The weather is gorgeous, and we're very excited. And so when I applied and received that offer to come here, decided to take it. And there was a bit of a glitch. Vicky had made a commitment to stay until the season ended at the end of May and work for Ginger at the gift shop in Tarpon Springs. So Vicky stayed back. I had to be here on the 12th of April for 3 days of training. So I left April 7th. I woke up with a slight fever the morning that I drove away from our driveway. Brushing it off as, I must have caught something, no big deal. I arrived here on Friday night, set up camp in our full hookup campsite here as a volunteer. Woke up the next morning really sick. Long story short, I had gotten COVID. I have never been so sick in all of my 60 years. And as a kid, I used to get strep like clockwork every year. And the flu, this was 100,000 times more anguishing than that. I was really sick, so I quarantined myself in the camper for 10 days because all the other volunteers were here and I didn't want to obviously infect anyone. Luckily, I had enough water and food, which I didn't eat anyway because my body just did not want food at all. And so after 10 days, I was no better. I was really bad. The last day in the camper, I honestly thought, I hate to say this, but I thought, Sophie, I'm coming to be with you because I didn't think I was going to make it through the night. I woke up the next morning and drove myself to the emergency room in Brevard, North Carolina, where they immediately admitted me with bronchial pneumonia in both lungs, covered with COVID, and I had a blood oxygen level of 80. It was close to putting me on a ventilator. I was really I was gonna go either way. I was gonna get better, or I was gonna, unfortunately, go the other way. But they put me on a cocktail of remdesivir, 2 different types of steroids, 3 different types of antibiotics, and after 8 days, they released me, and I am out. But I share all this with you because just to kind of, bring you up to speed on why we haven't posted a video. And the first five months of 2021 have been very challenging for us. We've been blessed with family and friends, and people who have prayed for us, and we want to thank all of you for that and for your love and dedication to us and Sophie and our channel. We will go on, and I'm picking Vicky up from the airport in Asheville this Wednesday night at 5:30, and we will start our summer here. We're here volunteering at the Cradle of Forestry. I'm going to make a video of the forestry and the facility here, but I'll give you a real quick snapshot of what this is all about. In the late 1800s, when George and Edith Vanderbilt were building the Biltmore, their home, the largest home in, I believe, North America. To this day, it's still the largest home in North America. Over in Asheville, George had purchased around 100,000 acres of Pisgah National Forest. At that time, at the turn of the century, there was a building boom on the eastern seaboard of the United States, and lumber was in short supply and in huge demand. So he bought all this land and woods in the Pisgah National Forest, and but one thing he didn't want to do, he didn't want to just, sort of trash and burn and cut everything to the ground and leave it bald and barren. He wanted to somehow create a sustainable forest, so as an investment it would continue to churn out lumber and building material for years and years to come. So at the time in the United States, there was no such thing. There was no schooling, there was no curriculum, there was no books. Fortunately, in Germany, there was curriculum and there was a university, and so he called and got a young student there to come over from Germany and manage the Cradle of Forestry, and they built the first forestry campus and school here on this property. The original 8 buildings of that campus are still here, and when you walk our trails, you can walk through those buildings. It's very educational. We have 2 other hiking trails, as you can see behind me, all paved. One of those, which I'm on now, is essentially just a walk through the woods. Fairly moderate hike. It does go uphill, and you get a pretty good workout. The other one is called Forest Discovery Trail, and that kind of takes you through the sawmill, the old steam engine train. There's a trout farm down there. There's just a lot of hands-on activities for kids on that trail. And then the main building houses an exhibit museum, which is very educational. It houses a gift shop. It houses a movie theater where they show a film about the history and the curriculum of the program and what they were trying to do back then. And there's also a cafe there that unfortunately closed due to COVID, but hopefully that'll start up here at some point. But it's just a beautiful facility, kind of tucked into the mountains of North Carolina here, and it's a great way to spend time with your children and family, and get out into the woods and learn about forestry and conservation and what it takes to to sustain a forest that right now is thriving thanks to all of the efforts of George Vanderbilt and Carl Schenck. So anyway, that is where we're at. I will be posting new videos coming up throughout the summer. This area is loaded with hundreds of hiking trails and hundreds of waterfalls, natural waterfalls, all through the mountains along the Blue Ridge Parkway. And so anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for being patient with our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you're just new to our channel, please consider subscribing, and hitting that thumbs up button always helps on our videos. And if you click on the little bell each time we upload a new video, you'll get an email notification of that. Have a great day, you guys. God bless. We'll see you soon. So I got up this morning and had a little breakfast and decided to do a hike today. And I'm going to do a hike called the Graveyards. It has a waterfall and it's on the Blue Ridge Parkway. The cool thing about Cradle of Forestry is from our campsite, we're 4 miles up the mountain to the Blue Ridge Parkway. If we go north on the parkway, it's 30 miles to Asheville, and if we go south, it's 59 miles to actually the start of the Blue Ridge Parkway in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So we're going to do that at some point as well. But here I want to turn you around. I'm driving up right now to the Piska Inn, which is a little motel at the top of the mountain right on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And too windy out there for this and give you an idea of Pisgah National Forest here. Beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. Take a look at that fire tower up there. I was up there yesterday. That's called Frying Pan Mountain, and really easy hike. But here I want to walk out and just give you an idea of how spectacularly beautiful this is this morning. Asheville is right over this way, 30 miles. You can actually kind of see it when it's clear, but right now there's a lot of haze and fog over the mountains. That's why they call it the Blue Ridge Mountains. It all kind of looks always foggy and blue. That is Looking Glass Mountain, the rock, open rock face little knob right there. Cradle of Forestry is right down in this area. I don't know if you can make out the pine trees, but all those pine trees down in there was part of the cradle. And this is of course the Blue Ridge Parkway right behind the truck. So yeah, I'm heading up. Just around that bend over there is the Piska Inn. Great place if you ever want to stay right on the parkway. I think it's probably one of the only places you can. No, that's not true, because there's Little Switzerland, but and the great thing about that is every room has their own outdoor balcony that you look out over the Pisgah National Forest, so the views are just gorgeous. Have your wine at night and your coffee in the morning. There's a great little restaurant and deli there for takeout, so if you want to have lunch, you could stop there and grab a wine or your beverages and sandwiches and sit in the back. They have public seating in the back in Adirondack chairs, so it's really kind of cool. You can get out and see this gorgeous view. Anyway, we'll get a little more information when we get up there. So this is the Piska Inn. Beautiful motel right on the top of the Blue Ridge Parkway. And check out these views from the rooms. So as I was saying, if you want to have lunch, they have these Adirondack chairs back here where you can sit. And of course all of the rooms have these outdoor balconies with rocking chairs to take in this beautiful vista. I'll walk you up to the restaurant and gift shop. And this gorgeous deck here. So a great place to spend the weekend in the mountains. Alright, so this is a really quick and easy little hike. If this is what I think it is, which is the lower falls, it's a paved hike And they have these beautiful steps and decks to hang out and sit on. So highly recommend the lower graveyard falls if you have children or even elderly people. If they can do stairs, this would be a really easy hike. Wow, it is beautiful. What a great little area to come in the summer and just swim. Water is crystal clear. But I don't think this is the bottom of the falls because the trail keeps going. So let's keep moving forward here and see what we can find. Give you an idea of the flowers. Wildflowers are starting to come out. I noticed a lot of rhododendrons blooming along the parkway. Okay, so from that trailhead I came down on, it splits. Just after the first bridge, if you go to the left, it will take you to the upper falls. And so I decided to go to the right, which is not really clearly marked, but there is a trail there. And then I followed that a little ways and I came to this labyrinth of decking and stairs that I believe probably takes us down to the lower falls. So let's check it out. Yeah, it looks that way. I can see it to my right. Oh, there you can kind of see it through the trees. Wow. This has to be spectacular in the fall. I can't wait to see the leaves change. Last year, you know, when we were in Linville in September, we were hoping coming out, I think we left like the 2nd or 3rd of October. We were so hoping that the leaves would turn, but didn't get a chance to see the full color change. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this huge swimming hole in the summer that looks to be probably 8 or 9 feet deep. How gorgeous is this? Lower Graveyard Falls. Take a look at that.